fights because I know I'm 100% ready in my heart. You see the belts behind me. After this weekend, I'm going to have 2 more to my collection, and that's going to have a total of 8 world titles. So I'm just really happy to be here in this opportunity to be able to perform at the highest level in front of my fans. Cinco de Mayo weekend is going to be a party.
This was a tough guy going and he hang in there. He took tremendous punishment. I knew I was going to be able to outpower him because my first time coming up to 200. So I knew I had to use the gifts I got there. Speed, power, movement, point selection, and IQ. That's exactly what I did. Got all out. Benavidez is a monster. It's just you never seen somebody that's so tall, so big, be that fast.
Man, I would love to see like a better beer in full. Just like I'd love to see like him just smashing everything in light heavyweight.
So I think right now he is the man at that weight class. So whoever's gonna fight him has to wait in line because there's several fighters like Bebo, like all the top guys. So including just all the world champions. But Benavidez right now is the man.
After what we just witnessed in the 6th round demolition of Gilberto Ramirez, David Benavidez may have officially become the most avoided fighter in boxing. Benavidez didn't just win, he dismantled a former champion who was expected to be his toughest physical test to date. Tonight, the question isn't whether Benavidez is elite, it's whether anyone left in the division even has the chin to survive him.
25 of your 31 fights have been knockouts. Should we be preparing for that this coming weekend?
Like I said, I'm the Mexican monster for a reason. I love the knockouts, and people love to see, a brutal and savage fight. So that's exactly what I'm going to give them. I feel better when I get a knockout and I stop a person. So that's exactly what we're going to do. The Mexican monster is going to keep continuing being the Mexican monster.
Vowing to make a statement in his pursuit of 3-division glory, David Benavidez wasted no time proving why he's considered one of the most dangerous volume punchers in the sport today. From the opening bell, his hand speed looked a level above, catching the naturally bigger Gilberto Ramirez with sharp, clean straight rights. In a post-fight breakdown, promoter Oscar de la Hoya described Benavidez as a buzzsaw, saying his speed was simply too much for Ramirez to handle. His analysis reflected the reality in the ring. The relentless punch volume from Benavidez made it impossible for Ramirez to settle, forcing him into survival mode from the very start.
Beautiful. Look, I mean, that's the way I called it, is the buzzsaw of Benavidez, punches and bunches. And the only shot that Zurdo had was kind of, throw a punch right in the center. So obviously the speed was too much. Benavidez was too much. The monster's here for a long time. So very proud of him. But the whole night from top to bottom was excellent. Probably one of the best cards we've ever put.
Confronted with relentless pressure, Gilberto Ramirez found himself trapped in a tactical nightmare against David Benavidez. While Ramirez tried to use his size to push Benavidez back into the ropes in the 2nd and 3rd rounds, he was met with rapid hook flurries that reset the momentum every time. This was a masterclass in inside fighting. Although most tall fighters prefer range, Benavidez thrives in the pocket. By the 5th round, he was snapping Ramirez's head back with uppercuts from both hands. Observers noted that while Ramirez did land his own combinations, they were completely overshadowed by the sharp, thudding counters coming back from Benavidez.
Oh God, that combination, what the fuck? Hey brother, stop. Right to the, oh shit, hey brother, don't, ouch, ow, that upper, hey brother, this dude here is nice, brother. Zurdo hurt, that right here, yeah, bam, he hit that big guy, he was like, oh shit, oh no, Benavidez, don't stop doing that, ouch, oh shit, big boy hanging in there. Oh, he dropped him! He just took a knee. Zurdo doesn't have much left. Good body shot. It's the body shots. Oh, you don't have to. Oh, shit. He's hurt bad. His eyes squirted. He broke his orbital bone. He broke out. It's broke. I told you how he punches bad. He stopped Zurdo Ramirez.
Gilberto Ramirez was exposed for the first time in his professional career under the relentless pressure of David Benavidez. By the fourth round, a heavy right hand backed Ramirez onto the ropes before a blistering combination sent him to the canvas for the first time in the fight. Even though Ramirez showed tremendous heart to reach the sixth round, the damage was already done, his right eye nearly swollen shut and his movement noticeably slowed. Stopping a fighter like Ramirez, who has competed as high as cruiserweight, proves that Benavidez's power is not just the result of size at 168 pounds, it's a true world-class weapon.
Start moving back, moving back.
Exposed to the highest level of scrutiny, David Benavidez's performance even drew praise from the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson, who was ringside to witness the carnage and famously dubbed him the Mexican Monster. When a legend like Tyson says he doesn't even need to give you advice, it speaks volumes about where a fighter stands. That endorsement highlights Benavidez's rare it factor, a blend of ferocity, pressure, and ring IQ that makes him a nightmare for any defensive specialist in the sport.
Which fight do you want most? The fight, if you had your top three, I'm gonna give you three. I'm mean, not just one, but three. If you had to pick three fights that you want more than anything in your career before it's over, sooner than later, what would those three fights be?
The top three fights that I want for my career, and I honestly feel like we can make it happen. The next three fights is me versus Dimitri Bivol, me versus Artur Beterbiev, and me versus Canelo Alvarez. You know, I think there's so much hype behind all three of these fights that we have to make them happen, and I think it's a possibility we can make it happen. So you know what? At the end of the day, and then we're going to continue to try to make these big fights happen.
I think Bivol would fight you. I think Beterbiev would fight you. Do you believe that at this stage of his career, Canelo Alvarez would ever choose to fight you?
I mean, to be honest with you, I just feel like it's too big of a fight to leave on the table. I think, you know, what that fight represents, you know, two great Mexicans going at it, you know, two great world champions, the best world champions of their era going at it. So I feel like, you know, it has to happen, you know, eventually. You know, it's too big of a fight to not make happen.
Saul Canelo Alvarez has come under heavy scrutiny after reports suggested he made a swift exit from the arena before the main event even concluded. The timing of the departure has fueled speculation across the boxing world, with many questioning the optics of the move and whether it signals an attempt to avoid a public confrontation. The reaction online has been immediate, turning the moment into a major talking point in the sport.
Canelo, Billy, talk to us about the matchup. How excited are you to come back?
I'm excited to be a champion again. Billy is a hard fighter, so it's gonna be a good fight. I think the styles make a good fight.
We're leaving before the main event. You're leaving before the main event. Why? You don't want
I just come to see Jaime Munguia.
That's it.
Saúl, contento con el resultado esta noche. What I said was that, you know, Benavidez is a monster. He's just you never seen somebody that's so tall, so big, be that fast. It's like he's super fast, you know what I mean? And he has power too. So So at the end of the day, tip my hand off to Benavidez. He's a Mexican monster. He's got it all. He's right now, he's one of my favorite fighters, and I wish him the best.
Canelo left before the main event, man. Was that a good idea?
No, no longer. What was that again?
I said Canelo left before the main event. Do you think that was like a good idea?
I think it was a good idea. Because they want to, I know that Benavidez might call him out, so yeah, but you know what? Saul has fought everybody also, so he's not scared of anybody. So I mean, when people think they want to put that around, like he's scared of something, he's not scared of nothing. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this is boxing. If you want to see people.
Whether it's a strategic business move or legal hurdles around mandatory status, the narrative of Saul Canelo Alvarez avoiding David Benavidez is only growing louder. While figures like Vargas continue to defend Canelo's resume, fans are becoming increasingly restless. After tonight, it's harder than ever to justify any other direction for the undisputed picture now moving with intent toward the 175-pound division. Benavidez is eyeing the winners of the Dimitri Bivol vs. Artur Beterbiev saga. After clearing out the top tier of his current weight class, the boxing world is watching as the Mexican monster prepares to hunt even bigger prey. The growing sentiment is clear: Benavidez might actually be better at 175. Without the brutal weight cut, his stamina and durability could become even more dangerous. A clash with a pure technician like Bivol or a brutal power puncher like Beterbiev is now one of the most anticipated fights in boxing.
What did he say? What did he say post-fight? Man, I would love to see like a Benavidez in full. Just like I'd love to see like him just smashing everything in light heavyweight.
Avatar said that he wanted to get the winner at his fight. You think that would be a good one?
That'd be mad as well. That'd be mad. But I would love to. I don't know. I feel like he's got unfinished business at light heavyweight.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you want to see a fight at light heavyweight?
Benavidez, Bivol, one of those guys.
Would he be favored against those?
100%. He should be ranking in the top pound for pound, man. With that performance like that, he's just smashing divisions out, man. He's gonna go to heavyweight and he's gonna rule.
Canelo left before the main event. Was that
Of course he did. Of course he did. Who would want to watch that?
Thanks, Tim.
David, you're always welcome on the show, man. Thank you for being here. Let me ask you this. You're taking this fight. Is it because you wanted this fight in this cruiserweight and add the 2 belts to your collection more so that, or is it because of the amount of people that have been ducking you through the super middleweight division, light heavyweight, etc., etc.? Which one was it more?
Yeah, that's exactly why I went up to the cruiserweight division, because I had all these people ducking me. I was supposed to fight Dimitri Bivol for all the world titles at 175. He couldn't get that fight, so now we're fighting Zurdo Ramirez. And like I said, I'm just trying to get the biggest and best fights and make the best fights happen for the fans.
We don't talk too much about the cruiserweight division, so we're looking at somebody like David Benavidez and being your popularity, your greatness, how marquee you are. I was saying to myself, damn, is this him inching his way to becoming a heavyweight, or is it just to grab these belts, go back down to light heavyweight? What's your intent with all of this?
Oh, so, I'm not even thinking about heavyweight right now. I have to give the cruiserweight division the respect it deserves, and I'm coming up here to clean this division up. After these 2 titles, want to see, if the other world champions at cruiserweight are willing to fight, and we're just going to be ready to make the biggest and best fights happen. After this, if there's an opportunity to fight Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, that's what we're going to do. Or if there's an opportunity to fight for another belt at cruiserweight, then that's what we're going to do. Like I said, I just want to chase greatness and capture more world titles.
Oscar de la Hoya suggests there are multiple options on the table for David Benavidez, including names like David Morrell. Ironically, it's the same de la Hoya who once questioned Benavidez's durability ahead of the Ramirez fight. But being the man at the top always comes with a target on your back. Whether Benavidez stays at 168 for the Canelo payday or moves up to secure his legacy at light heavyweight, one thing is now clear: the David Benavidez era has officially arrived.
The speed and everything that
The speed, the skill set he showcases, man. He'll put the punches together, man. But it's the right punches, bro. The skill set doesn't match. You know, I feel like Benavidez can do whatever he wants right now and beat up on whoever he wants.
Now you said you want Munguia. Why is it that you want Munguia next?
Because Munguia's a great fighter, bro. He just won a world title at 168. I'm looking to become a world champion, you know, so I think Munguia right now is the perfect fight for me. Another guy I want to get out there, man, is Lester Martinez.
Okay.
That's the fight I would love, man, but, you know, I want to fight the best. That's it.
What about Canelo? You see Canelo still
Canelo, man, you know, Canelo, of course, man, that's the fight I really want, man, but, you know, if I can't get Canelo, I want to get Lester, I want to get Munguia, I want to get Berlanga, I want to get Shiraz, I want to get all them guys, man.
What do you think is next for Benavidez? What would you like to see? I thought we couldn't hear back here, but maybe he was talking about B-ball. Is that something that looks like is coming up next?
He's got many options. He's got many options. So I think right now he is the man at that weight class. So whoever's gonna fight him has to wait in line because there's several fighters like B-ball, like you know, all the top guys. So including you know, just all the world champions. But Benavidez right now is the man.